Yago, why aren't you speaking? I will speak. We are playing Koopathlon again tonight. I'm not gonna play for too much again. I'm gonna go back to pink later. I am exhausted. I slept only 5 hours, morning hours as well. I couldn't sleep at night. I'm putting my dad every single day to get me to bed. I'm discussing with him until I get ready for sleep. That's my ritual with my dad because I have like, okay, you can play with many people, as I can see 4 people. So I'm gonna play with Goomba tonight. Gonna play with him. Have a lot of things that trouble my mind. So my father is a lot of assistance, I suppose, into this when I want to unwind. Helga, aren't you gonna be fun tonight? I will try. Not promising. But I like Koopathlon a lot. It's quite interesting. So I'm gonna play 2 games of 7 each. Okay. Is there something you want to know? Back. Course. Okay. So we have this. I'm okay with this. So I'm gonna go 7. Normal, easy, level up on, finalize. Yeah, start like that. So I'm gonna play 2, I think, of this probably. Yeah, I'm gonna play 2 laps of this. Like I'm gonna play with Goomba twice and see how it goes. So here we have to find the one door that has the most coins. Obviously you gotta guess. So I'm gonna go on the right side. Okay. Better than nothing. Let's go here. Okay, absolutely nothing. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. Okay, we found the coins. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's go here. Okay, red coin chance. Okay, let's go there. Okay, nothing. Okay, 1. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So is it okay? So we have to count who is having the most. Maybe it has to do who has the most. Like you have to see, like, on the door. I hadn't thought of that before. How many are they on the floor? And then you pick the door. Like, how many Koopas? 5. How many Hammer Bros? This. And you pick the one that has the most in the door. I will try again and see what the fuck. Probably that's the logic behind it. Like, I can't see it be pure luck. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not saying that dice games aren't a thing. Actually, they are really entertaining at times, but just saying. There has to be a logic, right? Like, Mario is about logic. Okay. We are first. We're in the first lap. Now we're gonna do a Bowser challenge. Okay. Can I go slightly here? Slightly here. Okay. Helga, you gonna play again the Galleria? Yes. It's just, I'm glad that I found this new game. And I wouldn't have found it if I didn't. If I didn't watch my YouTube that day, I wouldn't have known that Koopathlon is such an amazing game actually. Like, it's a good game, like, to have fun with friends, I suppose, like, make a video, chat about theology. Like, I'm actually, when I feel less burnt out, like, I have a terrible headache, I took a headache pill tonight. I feel like when I will feel better and okay, when I will feel better and I will be able to go back to my classes, like my videos that I'm doing theology, I was thinking that these games are even better than the Galleria. Not that I will abandon Galleria, but I think they are the perfect thing to discuss theology and play at the same time without like thinking too much what you have to play. Because thinking about theology and playing at the same time, let me tell you, is quite exhausting. That's why I'm saying that that game is not too challenging. My father says that's why I said you have to take a break. Yeah, I know. I'm staying where I am because it's in the center, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think I will stay where I am again. I think it is here. Oh gosh. Okay. Okay, I was knocked out. But we'll continue now. We're going back to the mini game. Let's see which one of the doors has the most. Let's see. So, who has the most? Okay, that's this, right? Yes. Okay. So that's how you play it. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hammer. 1, 2. Okay, I think them, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, so which one is the most? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think them have the most. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now we learned how to play this. Okay. I think the most is Koopa. Oh fuck. I think the most is... Fuck, I thought I was gonna go there. But okay, that's okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. I like this. I actually like this, to be fair. Okay. Okay, we are pushing them. Okay. Are pushing them. We have a lot of coins here. That's gay. That's a game that... Yeah, we take a lot. I was gonna play online, but I'm not quite sure that I'm gonna go well in the online. Because I'm just a newbie. Okay, we are in the third lap. Now we're gonna go... Congrats. Yay. We're gonna go to the lane. I like the lane very much. As I said, it reminds me of the Looney Tunes. And yeah. I feel horrible with my head, like I have taken a pill. But it doesn't seem to work at the moment. Haga, how much time has it been since you took it? About 10 minutes since... Like, I took it and then I started recording the video, so it's not really too much time. Fuck my life, like you can't go anywhere, seriously. Okay, let's go faster though. Okay. We had a very good beginning, and yeah, now we are in the Bowser minigame. Oh, I will try to remember to look at the camera sometimes. Sometimes I'm trying to play through the camera, but it's a very big, small screen, and I can't see very well, so I'm looking at my Nintendo. Because I don't want to be off frame. So we have to move here and escape. Okay. Start. Oh, I won! That's the first time I won. Clear. Okay. Not too much of an award, but at least I got rewarded. Which door has more? Yep. Ready. Fuck. I think there are more blue big penguins. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, more Hammer Bros. Definitely. Okay. So 1, 2. So seriously, this has to be luck. Okay, I had. Okay, I am in lap 4 already. So I can see more of these than dry bones. Okay. Okay, we are in lap 4 already. Okay. Now it's quite fast. It goes too fast. You have to be careful, like with bowling. As I said. Okay. Okay. We are in lap 5. Oh my god, 160. The second one was 84. So I'm sorry I'm not making too much fun, but I'm seriously sometimes I'm just opening my camera and just do what my father is telling me to do, like do a video per day, you playing a game. So the fact that I'm doing classes, the fact that I customize them and make them funny, that's all my work. As I said many times in the past about my dad, he he's a very free spirit. Like, right, that's funny. Like, my father who's God, he's a free spirit. Like, he's a free spirit, like, technically speaking. But he's a free spirit as well, so that's funny. Maybe when we say this, maybe we mean Yahweh, that's what I mean. Um, but when he's giving an instruction, I was talking yesterday about Sarah, and I'm not saying that to bash her. It's not her fault. Um, but the pagan deities, when they ask you to do something, they have a methodology. So Sarah had shown, maybe we can discuss this as type of theology today. So Sarah had said that Hecate had, okay, we didn't do a take too much in this, but we're still first. So she had said that Hecate had told her that she doesn't like she doesn't like her to do divination through a tarot that was drawn by an artist, and Hecate had said, what is this, to her, and Sarah had said, I knew she wasn't gonna like it, something like that. If you, Sarah, ever watched the video, you remember what I'm talking about. It was a deck of cards that you purchased, you had shown it on the camera, and you said that Hecate didn't like divination like this. So hold on a second, guys. Fuck. So, yeah, she had said this, and she said that Hecate doesn't like the deck of cards, and back then I had said that if a Christian watches this, their reaction would be, God doesn't want tarot. The reaction that Christians would have is exactly the same that Hecate would have with the video. My father is laughing because the problem is not if divination is a correct thing here or not. That's not the primary focus you should focus. As a Christian, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the small ones. So your problem as a Christian shouldn't be, like as a person, shouldn't be how somebody tries to contact a spirit. Why? Because we live in an era where we have too much information of the internet, and you have to understand we're not living in the Middle Ages. That's what I mean. People want to talk with the gods, and they want to know who God is. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, that's something that they always did, obviously. But what I'm saying here is, you understand at the age we live in, how we live this age, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. Like with the internet, that there are people out there who have issues. They lose relatives. They lose boyfriends. Like, I can relate into that. Maybe that's why I so understanding. They lose pets. They have questions about why are there so many wars. They want to contact the deity. The fact that they don't know, they aren't convinced about either, like not even about Yahweh. I'm speaking also about the devil here. That doesn't prove anything about who they are as people. Like the Christians usually have like this default reaction that somebody who is doing deity work in the pagan world, that's why I'm trying to defend the pagans always in my work, that they are doing deity work because they are sinful. No, that's not the case. You don't understand many things if you think so. That's why I always said about the devil, he has a law. Like, get this out of the way and stop saying to yourself that the pagans are sinful because they want to be sinful. That's crazy. You misappropriate the culture of the pagans, and furthermore you don't even understand what the Bible talks about when it calls out demonic ideas, demonic doctrines. It's not what it is about. Like, what you say, it's not what it is about in the Bible. That's what I'm saying. So when you have, for example, Yahweh telling you on the video, on the Bible, that don't contact through divination another deity, don't assume that he's saying that somebody who's doing this is sinful by default. No, he doesn't say that. He says don't do it because what are the reasons why you shouldn't do that? Because you are contacting a false deity. He says I am the true deity. So when he says I am the true deity, don't contact these deities, he doesn't say don't ask the other deities about your future, come to me but I'm not gonna tell you a shit. He says instead in Isaiah, ask me about my sons, ask me about the future, ask me about what it was, what it will be. It's something like that. That's how he says it in Isaiah. He says, ask me for my sons. That's a passage from Isaiah. Ask me for my sons, for those that I have created, those that will give glory to my name. So he doesn't say don't do divination with other deities, be content with what you know about yourself. No, he says don't go to them, they are liars, come to me. He's trying to help. He doesn't try to silence anybody. So what I'm saying here is, read it properly. Why Sarah wants to contact Hecate and talk to her? Because she wants a deity, she wants a spirit that's a mother. Why she's contacting Hecate, her mother, through divination? Because she wants to know the future from her mother. Okay, So what do you have to do as a Christian? Go to this person and say, look, this woman is lying to you. Go to my father. And if you're like Helga Hekati is a woman, Yahweh is a guy, that's where you say to somebody like Sarah who wants to know God, but they just have placed their faith wrongly to the wrong person, not out of evil character, but out of deceit. Okay, she's human. You can't judge her for that. Everybody has been gotten deceived by the devil at some point, okay? That was the first thing that happened to us in the Garden of Eden. My father says thank you. Show mercy. That's what I'm saying. Good mercy, good faith. Show them that you care. Show people that you care. Show them that you understand like a human. You don't have to play the lawyer of God. And okay, I went to the only place that they had it. Okay, you don't have to play God in the place of God and be like look, I believe that my father is correct here and that's it, full stop. No, understand where a person comes from and tell them, for example, Sarah, you want a deity that is a woman, go and call Yahweh Eshe. It's the same name. If you want to see him as a mother, see him as a mother. He is non-binary anyways because he is a spirit. So that's even better than having a like purely woman, like my father for me, like, because Sarah says all the time that Hekati is a woman and she's everything and she's her mother. For me, Yahweh is cooler, not because he's not a dad. Like, I want a dad, I don't want a mom. I have a mom, personally speaking, so I don't want like a heavenly mom. So I'm explaining myself here. I want a dad. So, just because I call him dad, that doesn't mean that I don't see him also like as a queer person because he's a they. Because he's a spirit, he's not a man, he's not a woman either. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so, what I'm saying... Okay, we have more of this. So what I'm saying is you have to understand people have real problems. Maybe it's not of your concern, maybe you don't care about it, but they have real problems and you can't put their problems under your carpet and pretend that they just want to do this and that because they are sinful. That's not what the Bible says. The Bible says they went behind gods that are not gods. And the Bible says, come to me. If you want to know, you have me. I am the rock. There is no other God that is a rock, it says. Have Christians understood what this means in Isaiah? I'm speaking about Isaiah tonight because the Old Testament, I happen to be quite an Old Testament person myself. Okay, I'm gonna go back again with this one. Okay, core settings. So let's play another combo. Okay, core settings. Okay, I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna go with this, and I'm gonna go with this. Yes, I'm gonna go with 7, and I'm gonna go with easy and that. Okay. Oops. No. I'm gonna go like that. So it says there is no other rock apart from me. Translate it into context. Translate this into context. Don't say that Yahweh is a troll. My father is laughing. He's always telling me when I say, Dad, you are such a troll. He says, no, I am God. Don't say Yahweh is a troll. I'm gonna put this as the title tonight. Not because that he's not joking. He is joking. He's such a troll. I call him troll when I speak to him. I say, Dad, you are a troll. He says, no, I am a deity. This is another species. That's what he says. Like, you can see how funny guy he is. He's not like saying, Yaga, that's blasphemous. No, he says, no, I am a deity. That's another thing. That's a troll. It's another thing, like in mythologies. You get what I mean? So, he has a sense of humor. That's what I'm saying. So, I'm not saying in this sense, don't see him as a troll. I am saying that trolls turn into stone. Don't see him as a troll in that regard. See him as a rock, because I was watching like with my mom Hobbit yesterday, and we were watching the scene where trolls became rocks. So don't see Yahweh like that. See him as a person who is there for you when everybody else has failed you. That's how you have to see him. Not as somebody whom you have to mistrust, but as somebody you have to believe in. If he says, there is no rock like me, he means that the other deities aren't. Like if we speak about a beach, if Yahweh is a rock, then the sand of the beach is the other deities. Too many deities, like the sand, right? But they aren't deities. So what is the reason to believe them at the end of the day? You get what I mean? You have the waves of the beach, that's the other deities again. You have Yahweh, and he says, there is no other God like me. Rock. So you say, I have a lot of things in the beach. I have the rocks. I have a rock, sorry. I have the waves. I have the sand. Too many particles. And Yahweh says, don't look at this. Look at the rock. If you have a problem with your ship and it falls in the ocean, when you are in the ocean and you are drowning, you are not gonna find solace in the waves, because the waves are trying to drown you. You are not gonna find on the sand, because the sand is deep underwater. And if you have a rock that extends from the ocean, deep from the ocean, out of the ocean, on the surface, you're gonna grab there for dear life, because this is how you're gonna survive, right? So if you are not in a beach, you are deep in the ocean, and this is how you end up. You're gonna put all your trust in a rock until somebody comes and rescues you. So he says there, I'm using this metaphor, like I grew up obviously in a seaside country. Believe that my father is truthful. That's what I'm gonna say. I have problem with this myself. I'm not gonna say that I have done it, but I'm just a teacher. And I can teach that purely because it's my job. Like, I'm a prophet, but that doesn't mean that I have perfected this skill. But I'm saying that when my father says I am a rock, there is no other rock like me, he says everybody else is the waves, everybody else is the sand, everybody else is the ship that sank. And he says I am the rock that has deep roots in the ocean but gets out of it. So you can see, like, if you are with the pagan deities, they are only one-sided. The waves are only the sea. The sand is inside the sea. What comes from the sea but extends to the sky, where the animals, the plants and humans can breathe? A rock. Nothing else. So the sand and the sea are the spirits. Yahweh is a spirit, but why he's different than the other spirits? Why he's Elohim of the Elohim? Why he's the Lord of the Lords? Because he's the only one who can communicate effectively and communicate like a human, like a rock that comes out from the sea and extends to the sky for survival, for the humans. Only he can do that, nobody else. Nobody else will do that, nobody else will care to do that. Okay, we finished again, I took it. So, what are we getting from this? Because I'm going back to Sarah. Sarah wants to contact a woman. Tell her, I see my father as a guy, as a father, but I understand that he's also queer, so queer in the sense that he's non-binary, that's what I mean. That's what I mean only. So, tell her that's even better than having a woman, because my father can cosplay a woman, a guy, and a non-binary at the same time, so everybody gets affirmed at the end of the day. That's nothing in contrast with the pagan deities. The pagan deities don't give a shit about you. And everybody who has done deity work in the pagan world can understand what I'm saying. The pagan deities don't discuss about you. They're not gonna discuss about your future. Sometimes they're gonna say some vague info. I know this by experience, but they are never to your advantage. For example, my experience with my ex, I had the devil telling me all the time that he doesn't love you. He doesn't love you. Like, he can say this. He can say this. Like, the enemy can say this. That's what I'm saying. So, that's not helpful for you, though. You need encouragement, and God, even if somebody doesn't really love you, and like there's another guy for you in storage, he's gonna appreciate your emotions. He's not gonna make you feel like nothing, pretty much, and he's not gonna be with so no empathy at all, like the devil is. So, what I'm saying is, do you have to trust the demons? At the end of the day, no, you shouldn't. That's what I'm saying. Why? Because Yahweh explains something very fundamental. Leave them, come to me. Leave them. If you want something from the pagan deities, I can give it to you, but I can give it abundantly. That's what he says in Isaiah. So going back to Sarah, she said about a deck of cards that she purchased, and Hecate said, "What is that?" And Christians, when they see such stuff, they say divination is banned. I don't think my father would have any issues speaking about a guy through cards. I think he would have a fun about it. And if you're like, how do you say that? Because he's my friend, I know he can use many crazy ways to make a point. For example, he made people look at a snake in the desert, and when they did, he said, when you look at it, you're gonna get cured. Doesn't this count like idolatry? Yes, it does, you will say. It is one of the most difficult passages in the Bible. I'm explaining to you why it is a difficult passage, because Christians don't know how to understand my father. He doesn't have a problem with you having a pattern as a human. He understands that you are a human, and probably you would like to write down what you discuss with him, like I do. That's my personal choice. You wanna have a book, you wanna have like a deck of cards, like the tarot, right? And not the tarot like the ones that we play, like card games. I mean the other ones, like that they have drawings on them. I think he would appreciate the art into this. His problem is not what you do with the cards, like, okay, you have a yellow card, it's the card of death, I think the guy that I'm gonna marry, he will die and shit. Well, I'm not discussing about this is theology. I'm not discussing about theology here, I'm discussing about the intention. You want to know the future. I think he could use a deck of cards to speak to you, not in the sense if you have a random card, the random card is giving you your future. No, that's luck. That's not how God works, because my father is not a god of luck, like this card landed today, this is the card that has my future today. No, he doesn't believe that. He believes in human will, and he believes that that's how he works, that destiny is written in his book. So when you are born, all your life is in his book. Nobody can change these details, not even the devil, not even a human. So that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the artistry. Sarah wanted to discuss about her future with Hecate, whom she calls her mother, through art. And Hecate said, what is that? The problem here, the X factor here is not that Hecate is the goddess of witchcraft. The X factor here is that Hecate disapproved completely how her daughter liked a specific deck of cards, and she wanted her to use the ones that she prefers, so not what Sarah enjoys, but what Hecate enjoys. Hecate shows that she's not a deity by the way that she's discussing with her people, like Sarah, for example. Okay, I lost. With Sarah, because it's not about what Sarah enjoys, it's about what Hecate enjoys. And that's where you see, that's what I was discussing with my mom tonight, how you distinguish the fake spirit from my dad. My dad will tell you, I like what you're doing there. Let's fix it. Hecate says, I don't like that, remove it. That's quite a difference. That's where you see the false deity from the true deity. The true God isn't supposed to feel threatened and insulted by how you approach him. No, he should go along with it. The fact that Hecate doesn't do that, she wanted Sarah to approach her with a specific deck of cards. It shows who she really is. She shows who she really is. She doesn't like how Sarah wants to do it. She wants it her way. That's not how my father works. This is the spirit of the other mother who told Coraline, soon you see the things our way. That's what she said. Soon you'll see the things our way. No. Coraline has her own way of seeing things. That should be respected, and you have to notice how the story portrays the other mother as the person who says this phrase, not the deity archetype, not the father archetype. The other mother, the devil. Seriously, the villain is the one that says my way. My way. It's Dionysus from the Bacchae that told people in Athens, my way, I want you to worship me like this. If you don't, you will be punished. That's the spirit of the pagan world. The deity of the pagan world is he's the god of death. He doesn't have anything good coming out from him. Alright? So, when you discuss now with Sarah about how to see her future, you are not telling her, leave what you're doing. You say, look, you like these cards. My father is an artist, I think he would appreciate it. And if you're like, so do divination through the cards. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying take the beliefs that yellow is the color of hatred, 4 is the number of the people, and apply this to Yahweh. No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if you like doing card games pretty much, my father will find a way to communicate with you, even if this is abnormal in your understanding. That's Yahweh in action. Yahweh never wanted people to conform to a single religion. He wanted people to have a free relationship with him because he's a free spirit. So when you have a woman like Sarah saying, I like playing with cards, I like it, you go and tell her, look, take your cards, not the cards that Hecate wanted you to do, the ones that you wanted to do with her, the artist, like the cards that Hecate rejected were created by an artist. They were homemade cards. I really appreciated the artistry. The person who did it, Sarah said, took a lot of time to make these cards. And yeah, they were a pagan person, but that doesn't matter. The artistry was on top. They were like I think they were manga, something like that. Like they had a lot of like personal aesthetic into it. Somebody who really loves the craft. That's what I'm saying. So, if I was talking to her, I would say, look, take these cards that you liked so much and Hecate rejected them. She rejected you that day, she didn't reject the cards. And go to my dad. I am sure he's gonna say a ridiculous story about the cards, like that there was a guy with dark hair, a strong chin, broad muscles, and he approached you and you ate souvlaki. And if you're like, that's both romantic and funny, that's how my dad talks though. That's what I'm saying, that's how my dad talks. He will say everything himself, you don't have to do, okay, yellow, 4, square, that's what it means. No, you don't have to do anything yourself, you do everything with my father, only with my father. He says everything on his own, you don't have like to think anything on yourself. He gives you everything on the table, and the reason he's doing that, he doesn't let you think about it, like, what do I say? Explain to me what I said. No, he doesn't say that. He says immediately. He says immediately, that's what I'm saying. He says immediately, I'm saying this, this and that. This and that, that's what I'm saying. So when he says that, when he does that, and... Okay, I lost. So when he says that, when he's doing that, okay, well, what are they gonna do? So when he's doing that, when he says that, it's not like him being over analytical, not him calling you stupid. No, he's doing that not to have you brag that you knew, because he says, that's why I said everything beforehand, so that you won't say, my idol did it for me, my idol said it for me, my demon said it for me, I thought of it. He says, I did it, so you understand that it is I who said it. So in case nobody brags about knowledge, that's the first sin, the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden. He says, Yahweh says, I'm giving you all the knowledge you need to have, so you won't brag that you found it on your own. I'm taking pride out of you. Lead us not into temptation, says the prayer. He takes the pride away from you, so you won't brag about it and say you found it. But that's not the reason that I enjoy when he does that. I enjoy it because he shows that he's a father that cares, and he doesn't have me do all the job as if I am a Hebrew doing labor, pretty much. That's what I'm saying. In Egypt. So is it wrong to do divination? It is. But if you heard me so far, I think you have understood why I say that it is wrong. I didn't exactly say it is wrong because you talk with demons in full stop. No, I explained multiple layers that the demons are lying. The demons don't want you to be free. They want you to do labor for them. They are very restricting. They are not free spirits. So I'm going back to what I was saying before with Sarah. Sarah published a video saying that Hecate wanted her to do deity work for her, and she's not doing it. And she said about the cards, what is this card, the deck of cards? And Sarah said she didn't quite like it. Yeah, it figures. Because Hecate, in contrast with my dad, she's not a free spirit, she's a spirit of bondage. When Jesus died, from what did he set us free? From bondage. From the devil and his lies. From the labor that he wanted us to do like Egyptians. That's what he did for us. Like, what price Jesus paid for us is quite significant for this reason, because he understood more than anybody else what it means to be in bondage of the bondage of the devil. Having the devil ordering you around and telling you what to do. He understood that, And the problem is that he cared. He had no reason to care because people dumped him for the devil, but still he pitied his creation. That's why I say, why would he stop from doing divination? Not in the sense divination as the pagan deities do it, but play with the cards like a father with his daughter, and like you have a fairy there. There was a fairy, her name was Grim Reaper, she killed everybody at the university. That's what he's gonna say, and he's gonna laugh with his joke. He's gonna do that. The devil is not gonna do that for you, bestie. That's what I'm saying. So what price Jesus paid for us, it's quite important, because he had no reason to understand our pain. He had no reason to sympathize for people who chose deliberately to be with the devil instead of being with him in paradise. They chose these deities, but still he felt sorry for us. And that shows why he's the true person who created the world, and not any Zeus, any Thor, any Baal of the Babylonian mythology or anything. He's the answer, that's what I'm saying. So when you have Sarah saying, I have to do a video for Hecate, do you think that Hecate wants her actually to do a video free-minded, whatever the fuck she wants to say, however the fuck she wants to say? Do you assume that if Sarah wanted to make a video like me discussing about deityhood, divinity, theology, by the camera, cursing like a sailor like I do, whenever I wanna post, I post whatever I feel like I'm posting. I am posting it without a schedule just because I like to. Playing Mario, do you think all this is a recipe that the devil would approve? No, never. My father approves this because he doesn't care how his message is gonna get across. He cares that it will be told. He cares that it will come across, not in what manner it will come across. That's something that the devil is very concerned about, how he appears to people, how he sounds to people, how people present themselves in society, how they pray when they talk to him, what wordings they use for him, what syntax they use, how they show their respect for him. It's not exactly how my father works though. My father said play games. He didn't say do theology. He didn't say this and that. He didn't say make show lengthy videos, this and that. He just said do videos. Do videos. And it's up to me how I wanna do it. He leaves me like a free spirit to be a free spirit myself. So why he initially told me do these videos Helga every single day? Because he said make content for this creature. That was his sentence. Κάνε βίντεο για αυτό το πλάσμα. Make videos for this creature. That creature was my ex. He said Zay is watching you, make videos for him. He didn't exactly say how I'm gonna make these gaming videos. He said make gaming videos, like play games on camera. He didn't say how I'm gonna do that. He didn't explain in what manner, what I'm gonna say theology or what not to say. But because I'm burned out, he said stop theology. That's what he said. But he's a free spirit apart from that. So I'm gonna end the video today. Now I'm filming for 54 minutes. I am very satisfied with my performance today. Hope you learned something from me today. It was an unexpected course I made. Yeah, so hope you enjoy it. So bye for now and see you tomorrow. Bye.